All right. Peace. Um, yeah, I am waiting on my guest, Makabi. He should be logging on in just a moment. We're going to get started. I'm going to give him a few more minutes, but I want to welcome everybody to this podcast. This doesn't really have a title. It's not part of a series. This was just a random one that I wanted to do, but I'm going to make this a series. This is going to be addressing the gender dysphoria and the gender confusion that is actually the result of melanin dominant people, the original people in the wilderness of North America, being robbed of the knowledge of self, the knowledge of their culture, the knowledge of their ways, culture, religion, God, etc., names, so on and so forth, prior to colonialization and quote unquote slavery. Uh, let's see. I'm going to get right into it. And what sparked this subject, as a matter of fact, what sparked this particular podcast was about, I'm going to say a week or so ago, there was a traditional Hebrew Israelite woman who shared or uploaded a photo to her Facebook profile. And it was a photo of her bowing to her husband. Me personally, I thought it was a beautiful photo. I thought it was a marvelous picture. A friend of mine shared it on her page, and I went to the original post. And as I expected, pretty much there was a lot of, if you want to say, hate on the picture. And we all know the reason for that is that we live in a backwards gynocentric society. The United States, well, let me not say the United States, let's say Black America is a gynocentric matriarchal society that is led by women and dominated by women and female interests first. And because of such, Black America is pretty much at the bottom of every positive statistic and at the top of every negative statistic, you know, as far as diet, as far as economics, etc. And this is the case when there is no captain or no cap or no male leadership, masculine leadership, male family leadership in particular. So, yeah, we're going to see that type of backlash in a society such as what I just described, right? In a matriarchal society, which Black America currently is, it would have been perfectly fine had he been bowing to his wife. Okay, I guess we got Makabi coming in. Bring him on, add to the stream. Brother Makabi, you there? Are you there, Makabi? Okay, see, he just got on. I think he's getting ready. Well, when you get on, just come on in, and we'll just get right into it. But let me finish what I was saying. If this was a picture of him bowing to her, everyone would have been cheering it and celebrating it, right? There would not have been an issue. But it's because of a woman, the wife, bowing to the husband. Here comes the foolish comments about, oh, this is slavery and etc., blah, blah, blah. This is negative. This is toxic. But, you know, where's the equality if he would have been bowing to her? Where would have been the rage if he would have been bowing down to her? No, it would have been praised. And this is the product. I'm going to put my camera on now in just a second, Brother Makabi. Usually when I'm on by myself, my camera's off, but I'm going to turn it on in just a moment. But that is the product of what we call matriarchy and gynocentricity. I'm going to share the picture right now that I'm speaking of. Okay, here's the picture. For everyone who might not be aware of exactly what it is that I'm talking about, this is the picture in question that stirred up the back and forth controversy. Now, here's the thing. If this controversy was just among, quote unquote, those who identify themselves as, quote unquote, African Americans, you know, the typical liberal, matriarchal, fatherless, dysfunctional society or community called themselves African Americans, I wouldn't have had an issue with it because it wouldn't have been a no surprise at all. We all know that Black America is a matriarchal society. However, where the challenge was coming from, which I can't even fully say was a surprise, was from the Hebrew Israelite community. It was coming from the community that this same woman and man is a part of. And it was coming from those who identify themselves as being part of this community. Let me put my charger in, Makabi. Give me one moment. I actually just got settled, and I gotta these live streams actually eat up battery. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me see if I could hold on. All right. So this is the picture in question. And this is the picture that's got everybody in an uproar. If you ask me, I think it's a beautiful picture, you know. Makabi, do you see anything wrong with that picture in particular?
Absolutely not, my brother. I love when I saw it, I shared it. I shared it. I shared it to my wall. I shared it to one of the groups. I love that. I love that picture. No, I didn't see anything wrong with it at all. Hell, it wouldn't have bothered me had she got on. It wouldn't have bothered me had she got on her knees. It wouldn't have bothered me at all. So, no, that picture didn't bother me at all.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I personally thought it was a beautiful picture. Now, if we look at some of the feedback, we saw feedback coming from, of course, we're going to see it come from the quote unquote African Americans, the Negroes, because they are openly and proudly matriarchal. You know, if we will see that from the Christian Black community, they're openly matriarchal. However, we saw this coming also, particularly from the Hebrew Israelite community, and even some of those from the Nation of Islam, I saw making mockery of this photo, you know, making mockery. And I'm like, hold on. If you look at the very foundation of the teachings of the Bible, which the Hebrew Israelites, you know, whether Torah, Bible, whatever, if we look at the foundation of the teachings, whether it's Old Testament, New Testament, whatever people believe in, Holy Quran, even the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, we'll see that these teachings are very patriarchal and they're very male leadership and very male rulership oriented. So why, in your opinion, in your estimation, is the uproar coming from those who would identify themselves as Hebrew Israelite? You yourself are a Hebrew Israelite, and that is your foundation and background. So I'm going to ask you from your perspective, why would the backlash be coming from that? And then I'm going to offer my perspective on those that, you know, Nation of Islam, the 5%, the teachings of Elijah Muhammad.
Two things. Number one, the era that I was raised in and the background that I come from was patriarchal. Even though it was Christian, it was still patriarchal. The pastor of that church was very much patriarchal. The male leadership, it was patriarchal leadership. So that was my background, even though it was Christian. I become a Hebrew Israelite, and all that did was fortify. All that did was embolden my patriarchal position. Now you have these others. Not all of us, but almost all of us started out as Christian or other. Few of us started out as Hebrew Israelite. And Christianity in and of itself tends to be very matriarchal, very politically correct. So you have those who come out of that background. They don't want to offend women. They don't want to offend women's vanity. They don't want to offend women's egos. So, you know, they don't care about women. Don't care about you offending their morals. They don't want you to offend their vanity. They don't want you to offend their ego. And then you have those who are claiming Hebrew Israelite, but what they really are is they're pro-black. Just like you have wolves in sheep clothing,
Right.
you have pro-blacks in Hebrew Israelite clothing. You have pro-blacks posing as Hebrew Israelites. Being a Hebrew Israelite for them is the new black. Hebrew Israelite is the new black. It's the new pro-black movement. It's the new black unity movement for them. It has little to nothing, next to nothing, to do with the Most High and his statutes. It has little to nothing, next to nothing to do with true Bible study without an agenda, Bible study without a motive. It has little to nothing to do with Bible study without propaganda. They have motive. They have motive, and their motive is, the pro-black matriarchal agenda. So I really don't care what they do or say. They're
Right.
not going to change anything. Y'all know that I'm Old Testament only.
Right.
And I'm not with that New Testament, the woman is equal stuff. I'm not with that. It's really sad, because what many of them have done is they've jumped. It's really sad. It's a Hebrew Israelite bandwagon. It's a Hebrew Israelite bandwagon that many of them have jumped on. Especially when you hear them screaming to the top of their lungs that Jesus was black.
Right.
And I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not in any way, matter of fashion, form of fashion, saying that he wasn't black. For all intents and purposes, he was. However, that is their flagship. That is their war cry. And that's how you know it's more to do with that than it is to do with the Most High and his covenant with Israel. It has more to do with that black pride of Yahushua was black, Yahushua was black, more than it has to do with keeping the laws, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. And embracing true. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to interject real quick that before can you hear me, Brother Makabi? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wanted to interject real quick.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I wanted to interject before we continue that earlier on you and I had a conversation where you said to be pro-black is to be matriarchal, or pro-black is matriarchy. So I don't know if you stated that before you went into your elaboration. I just wanted to put that there for those who are listening. That you stated that we both agreed to that. I'm going to offer my perspective on that shortly, but you can continue if there was more that you wanted to add on.
Just Hebrew Israelite culture. Hebrew Israelite culture. Now, let me say this. There is no biblical command that says women have to bow to their husband. There's no command. There's no verse. There's no law. There's no statute. There's no ordinance that says a Hebrew Israelite woman must bow to her husband. No. A woman bowing to her husband, that is a cultural custom. And that's between her and her husband. These folks are so offended. That was a gesture. That was a gesture. That was her gesture of honor and reverence to her husband. That was how she chose to honor and reverence her husband. Man, these folks are so full of the spirit of Jezebel. These folks are so full of demons that the mere fact that this is my gesture of honor and reverence to my husband, and I'm gonna take a picture of me paying this respect to my husband, and I'm gonna post it online. These folks, nobody said they had to do it. There's no Bible verse that said they had to do it. They don't want to see it. Get that mess out of our face. We don't want to see it. That's how full of demons, that's how full of the spirit of Jezebel these people are. Nobody said they have to do it. Let's celebrate with this woman. Let's celebrate her submission, her honor, her reverence for her Lord. Let's celebrate that. Nah, we ain't gonna celebrate that mess. We gonna mock it. We gonna make fun of it. That's how full of the spirit of Jezebel these people are. That's how matriarchal and gyno. That's how deep we've gone down the rabbit hole. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, bro Makabi, can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you hear
Yes,
any
sir.
feedback?
Yes, sir.
Or is everything clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're not hearing any feedback, right?
Every now and then I hear an echo.
Okay, yeah, I actually switched devices.
No feedback. Just every now and then I hear my echo.
Okay, yeah, I had just switched devices because if everybody in the chat, if you can hear me, just comment, make sure you can hear me. I switched devices because my battery was actually dying on my phone. So now I'm on my tablet and I logged in from there. Just to, oh wow, this is dying pretty fast too. I should have probably juiced this all up. Just 1 second. We'll find a way to so I showed that picture. You and I, we had this discussion earlier. It's actually hypocrisy, major hypocrisy. I'm speaking specifically for those Black Christians and Black Hebrew Israelites to take to actually show that hate or to take a stance against that picture or against what that picture represented, because there was now you know more about the Bible than I do. There's a scripture that which scripture was it that we discussed earlier? If you, I think it was a which one was it? Makabi, yeah, don't laugh at me, but you know.
Ephesians 5:22.
Right, and what does that scripture say?
Mm-hmm. Ephesians. Let's see here. Ephesians 5:22.
That's the scripture that says, "Wives, submit unto your husbands as you would unto the Lord." Oh God, now we got an Amber Alert. Hold on. No, I'm gonna shut all this stuff off.
Wives,
get a lot of distractions. Yeah, go ahead, brother Makabi.
Mm-hmm. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
Right. Okay. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as unto the Lord. Pay close attention. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as unto the Lord. Why would you have an issue with this? Your issue is not with this. I'm speaking to the Christians and the Hebrew Israelites and the Bible people that have an issue with this. Your issue is not with this. Your issue is with your scripture and your Lord that you claim that you worship and represent. That is hypocrisy. That is the height of hypocrisy, particularly here in Western, in what we call the West, where so many people claim to be Bible followers and Bible thumpers. But when you actually quote Bible, or when you actually put in a practice principles taught in the Bible, you get the most hate from people that claim Bible. A lot of these Hebrew Israelites, they become the new Christians. Literally, they become. You can't even knock them. You can't accuse of people for being hypocrites, for not following what's inside their book. But then you're going to do the same thing, or you go contrary to what's inside your book, but claim to worship that God. I'm going to now bring this to the Muslims, because Elijah Muhammad's teachings are very patriarchal, very patriarchal. The Quran itself is a very patriarchal book, right? Since he passed in 1975, right? Since he's passed, I don't know what's happened. If you look at the FOI now today, they've gotten like totally weak. Let me remove this picture for now. They've gotten totally weak. They're matriarchal. They're female butt kisses. I mean, the game that they spit at these women, they just make all types of excuses and all this sweet talking and this and that and the fourth. You don't even see too many FOI condemning whoredom, condemning female dysfunction or female degeneracy. We don't see them doing that. They're willing to accept any slop that comes in or any slop as long as it's black and it has a vagina. I lost pretty much my respect for them hit rock bottom a couple of years ago when one of the, I think it was Brother Ben X, he had Pinky, the porn star, on his platform and called her Sister Sarah. And he promoted her, and I guess he was trying to get promotion for his platform, and they were gloating that they had this whore on their platform, a porn star, and you're an FOI claiming Elijah Muhammad's teachings. See, the thing is, that was horrible. That wasn't just him. That's actually quite common amongst a lot of the FOI because they don't follow the messenger's teachings. They have deviated. There's a quote from the messenger that he stated in the divine sayings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said, a woman, he said, I'm paraphrasing, he said, a mother loves and honors her son because by nature she was made to worship, honor, and worship man. This is from the divine sayings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said, a mother loves and honors her son because by nature she was made to honor and worship man. These are Elijah Muhammad's exact words. So for the FOI and the MGTs and those who claim to follow the messenger, what problem do you have with this picture? Do you have a problem with what the messenger stated? Be honest. Look at some of these comments. Hold on. All right. Okay, it's Philip Aldine. Peace, God. I'm here. Peace, peace. Thanks for joining on. Hanif Rashid Ray. Peace, God. Salam Allah. Allah salam. We appreciate you for joining. Okay, now we have Shafiq Shabazz. He said, Assalamu alaikum, brother. We are here in West Africa. Teach God. Yes, sir. Wa alaikum salam. Okay. You have I am student. Okay. And yeah. Oh, wow. You got quite a few comments. Hobgoblin says if that was a pic of a man bowing to a woman, no one would have an issue with it. Exactly. That's actually what I opened up with. No one would have an issue with it if it was a man bowing to a woman, but it's a woman bowing to a man because we're in a society of gynocentricity where the women have become feminists and the men have become simps. This is even the case in the Nation of Islam. This is why me personally, I'd rather not deal with my perception of the modern FOI and MGT is extremely low because of this in particular. They're going against the very foundation of creation itself. Gender, you have gen, to generate, right? Regenerate. In other words, a beginning. Gender. You cannot have order without gender. You cannot have life without the genders in their proper role. But yet you're saying you follow a supreme wisdom, but you're a supreme fool. It makes no sense whatsoever. Now, I have let me see. I'm gonna get to some of the other comments shortly. I want to play this clip, right? This is a clip from Coming to America, right? Before I play this clip, I just want to state that brothers hit me up all the time, right? Bro, connect me to some virgins, connect me to some submissive women, connect me to some African women. I would not, hell no. You are a savage. You're not going to make me look bad. What do I look like connecting you, a simp who believes in gender equality, with a woman who is trained and taught from childhood to submit to and serve her man? She comes and she offers you a plate she serves you her plate and she's bowing on her knees, serving you the plate. And here you go talking about, nah, sister, you ain't got to do that, sister. No, sister, you ain't got to see. We don't do that over here.
And it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Right. That's what it's going to do. They would ruin these women. They would ruin these women. You ain't got to do that, sister. I'm not trying to make a slave. We don't make slaves over here. I'm God and you God too. That's exactly what would be done. This is why I would never, ever, don't ask me. Stop asking me that. Stop asking me to connect you with virgins and submissive women and foreigners. Stop. It's not happening. I'm not going to do it. I'm not putting my name and my reputation on the line for that. They're going to ruin these women. Next thing you know, you then turn this woman to a hardcore, bitter feminist, or even worse, they'll do what this guy did right here, which is make mockery of the fact that she was taught and trained from childhood, from her mother, from her father, to submit to and honor her husband. This is what I'm talking about.
So,
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
yes, I know this, but I would like to know about you. What do you like to do?
Whatever you like.
What kind of music do you like?
Whatever kind of music you like.
Look, I know what I like, and I know you know what I like because you were trained to know what I like, but I would like to know what you like. For instance, do you have a favorite food?
Yes.
Good! What is your favorite food?
Whatever food you like.
Are you saying that no matter what I tell you to do, you will do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Anything I say, you do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Bark like a dog.
Arf, 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 arf.
A big dog.
Woof, 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 woof.
Hop on one leg.
Woof, 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 woof.
Make a noise like an orangutan.
Ah, I see the two of you are getting along.
Excuse me, Imani, for a moment.
Fine girl, isn't she?
You see that foolishness? If we see that foolishness, this
Yeah.
is what will happen.
Yes, sir.
Right? When you take
Yes, sir.
untrained men or savage men or simps or men who do not respect femininity, because femininity is to serve is feminine. To serve is feminine. One of the chief and most or main aspects of femininity is submission and serving, right? But because of the reversal of the gender roles of the original people here in North America, the men have been taught to be effeminate,
sir.
the women have been taught to be masculine, right? A feminine woman would be mocked. Just a woman that has been taught to train and trained to serve and submit will be mocked by effeminate men, which quote unquote who Hakeem was in this movie, or emasculated men, and she will also be mocked by masculine women. A feminine woman will be mocked by masculine women and effeminate men. They would actually mock her femininity. So because she was taught to train and serve him from birth, what type of food do you like? Whatever you like. What type of this do you like? Whatever you like. So you mean to tell me anything I'll tell you to do, you'll do it? Yeah. Bark like a dog. Woof, woof. A big dog. Woof, woof. Hop on one leg. You see the nonsense? And I've actually witnessed this in person. I've witnessed brothers that call themselves male feminists and gender equality and pro women's rights. I've witnessed them actually mock feminine women or mock women when they were in the feminine position. And this is why I have no respect for simps. Also, these same people, these effeminate males, emasculated males, and masculine women who've been defeminized, they also don't like masculine men. If you are a masculine, authoritative, dominant man, or if you are a man just in your natural masculine energy, you are seen as a threat by masculine women and effeminate beta males. So no, I would never, ever stop asking me to hook y'all up. You're a savage. You have no knowledge of self. You actually you're not even qualified for a woman such as that. You'll actually You'll ruin her. Stick to them whores that y'all used to. Stick to them women that give y'all lip. Eddie Murphy played the biggest simp, and I actually like that movie because of the, the storyline and everything. I thought it was a great movie. But Eddie Murphy played the biggest simp in that movie because he left his homeland And he left a wife that was groomed to serve him from the jump, right? Whatever he liked, he left that woman, went to America, found back talking, loudmouth, back talking, argumentative Lisa, left that woman that was taught to serve him and trained to serve him from birth for this back talking westernized chick Lisa. Now, that was foolish. That's straight simping. He likes a talk back feisty woman. Men that like feisty women are feminine. Men that like feisty women have high levels of estrogen and have to actually have their testosterone levels checked. What do you want a masculine woman for?
Yep.
It's actually foolish. I have to
combative, difficult.
Yeah. It's extremely difficult. Right. You know, nah, sister, you ain't got to do all that. You don't got to serve me. Nah, we equal. I'm God and you God too. Nah, sister. This is why I said earlier, look, we can have melanin. Just because we got melanin, that don't mean we brothers. It don't even mean that we are the same. It don't even mean we're the same species. We are not the same tribe. If you are gynocentric and matriarchal, you have a totally different value system. Please put that Bible down. Put Elijah Muhammad and his teachings down. Go back to the church, the black church, or go to the black power fist waving hoteps and go there and continue worshiping women and being servants and worshiping women and subjugating yourself to female authority. You are not like we are not the same. We have to get out of this idea of thinking that just because someone has melanin that they're one of us. Absolutely not. We are different people. We have a different value system. We have our dietary laws different, so therefore our blood is different. Our biochemistry is different. We may have the same accent because we came up in the same hood, so to speak, or in the same neighborhoods, but we are different people. I am not the brother of a matriarchal gynocentric simp, period. And I am not, and even though those type of masculine women, do not call me brother. I'm not your brother. I'm a man. I'm your superior. Do not call me brother. I know some will disagree with this, and I don't mind. They can disagree. They can take their issue, but that's my position. I gotten out of this idea of calling every black person brother or sister, because you're not. We're not.
It's this whole brother and sister,
right. The whole brother and sister thing, the whole sister, that denotes gender equality in so many ways. And this is why the women, and particularly in the Nation of Islam, are so masculine and so aggressive, and they talk to them in any kind of way. They have no respect for them. And can you fault them for that? How are you supposed to look up to someone that's trying to tell you that they're your equal? How can you look up to a man? How can a woman look up to a man that's telling her he's equal? How can a woman look up to a man that believes in gender equality? How can you follow? How can you tell a woman you're equal, we're equal, and then get mad that she don't submit to you? In nature, two equals don't submit. Equals don't submit to each other in nature. Come on, make up your mind. You either gonna go all the way in or get all the way out. But this half stepping stuff gotta stop.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Yeah. Now Ephesians 5:22 is New Testament. And that's fine. But I don't even go to the New Testament. I stick with the old. And I go straight to Genesis.
Right.
For example, let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Genesis 2:15. And the Lord God took command and put him in the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. Okay. Verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him help me. And out of the ground. Now here's where it starts to get deep.
Right.
And out of the ground, the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Okay. So the Most High formed the animals out of the earth, and then he brought the animals to Adam to see what he would name them. Let's continue.
1 second, Makabi. Just a second. I'm getting the comments and
Adam gave names to all the cattle and to the fowl of the air.
Yeah, hold, just 1 second. They're saying it's feedback when Makabi talks, but the feedback is coming off your mic. Let me see. Let me get back to I'm gonna get back to my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to my phone actually, because that's the device that when I do these live streams, that is a device that everything is perfect on, but my battery was dying, so I decided to put it on the charger. So yeah. Are y'all still hearing the echo? Because there's a couple of people saying that Makabi has an echo. Yeah, peace, Kadash Shaya. I hope I pronounced your name right. If anybody's on this, and I pronounce your name wrong, please forgive me. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna take care of that right now. Once I get on my phone, the echo should disappear, from Makabi. So I'm sure, because somebody said it's probably coming off. The feedback is coming off my mic. So let me see. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, just 1 moment. Just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, give me just a moment. I'll be on in a second. I'm logging on from my phone now. So
Okay.
y'all bear with me. I thank everybody for bearing with me. We just taking care of this feedback problem. Just a moment. We got a lot of comments on this too that we're going to address. So
Okay.
I'm going to get to every single last one of them. I thank everybody for their participation. Just give me 1 moment while I set up and enter the studio from this device here. Okay. Let's see. Middle one. Remove this one from the stream. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. Can you hear me, Brother Makabi?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Does anybody hear any echo or feedback? Uh-oh. Let's just get back to the comments. All right. Oops. Okay. Oh man. All right, yeah. If anybody hears any echoes or any feedback, please say so in the comment section. Just let me know. We can clear that up. But Makabi, yes, sir. Pardon self for that interruption. You can please, if you can, you can continue on where you left off at, if that's okay with you.
So out of the ground, the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all the cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helpmeet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and he closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from the man, he made a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called woman, because she was taken out of the man. Now dig this.
Yes, sir.
The Most High made the animals, and he brought them to Adam to see what he would name them. He made the animals, and he brought them to Adam to see what he would name them. The Most High made Eve out of Adam's rib and brought her to Adam to see what he would name her. The same way that the Most High brought the animals to Adam to see what he would name them, right there. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from the man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called. Okay? So the Most High brought the woman to Adam to see what he would name her, just like he brought the animals to Adam to see what he would name them. It's no different. It's no different. Just like the Most High gave Adam dominion over the animals, he gave Adam dominion over that woman. You name what belongs to you. You name what is under your authority. You name what you have, what has been given to you for possession. You name it. I have 2 dogs. When I got those dogs, I named them. When you have a child, when you get your wife pregnant and your wife gives birth to that child, you name that child. That is your child. That is your child. Eve is not Adam's equal. Right. The Most High made Adam from the dust of the earth. The Most High did not make Eve from the dust of the earth and present her to Adam. The Most High made Eve from Adam's rib and presented her to him. Okay? So he didn't make her from the dust of the earth as he made Adam from the dust of the earth. He didn't make a whole new creation from the dust of the earth as he made Adam from the dust of the earth and present her to Adam. He made her from Adam's rib and presented her to Adam. She wasn't a whole brand new creation. He made her from already created material. You see what I'm saying? Right. She is a byproduct of Adam. She is not independent, solo, and of her own. The Most High did not make her from the dust of the earth as he made Adam from the dust of the earth and then present her to him. The Most High made her from pre-existing material, pre-existing source material. The Most High made her from Adam. She is a byproduct of Adam. She is not independent. She is not solo in and of her own. She's not equal to Adam. She's a byproduct of Adam. So, we can.
Adam is a superior. The man is a superior.
He's a superior man.
Even if we break it down to genetics and conventional science, the male determines the sex. So the woman comes from the man does not come from the woman. The woman does not determine the sex. If it is left up to the woman to determine the sex, it'll be nothing but women. Only X chromosomes. That is it. So the man, the chromosome that he sends actually determines the sex. So yes, you are made from your father. So again, but we live in a society where manhood has been decimated to the point where men are even ashamed to be men. You got homosexuals walking around. I mean, just ashamed to be men. And what's worse than that is that, okay, you got the heterosexual men walking around ashamed to be men, so they want to act effeminate so that way they can be accepted. And when we see this enter in the ranks of of Hebrew Israelites, so we see this enter in the ranks of Nation of Islam or followers of Elijah Muhammad's teachings, that's when it has to be addressed. You know, it has to be addressed. I seen some gods even mock it. No, I don't want a slave. You single mother raised fool. Like, seriously, I don't want a slave. How is that slavery? How is a woman serving her man slavery? I'm gonna put this picture up again. How in the world is this slavery?
Bruh.
I'm gonna tell you why it's slavery to them. Their mothers, their single mothers, right? Because she did it all. She was God to them. Their mothers were their hero. The mama's the hero. She's the hero. She's the God. So because she's the hero, she's the God. She created them all by herself. Daddy ain't around. He went to get a pack of cigarettes and never came back. She created them all by herself. She's doing it all by herself. She bashes men to him all the time. Your daddy ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. Your daddy this, that, and the fourth. So he hates men. The man is the devil. And in his idea, in his twisted up mind, a woman, his mother, is God bowing down to a man, the devil. That is blasphemy. This is God submitting to the devil according to his gynocentric, warped up, simp mind, simp mentality. Total twisted. And this is why they will flip at the idea. No, I don't want to make a slave. How the hell is that slavery? That's a position, fool. It's actually, It
is the outward manifestation and epitome of self-hatred.
Yes. It sure is.
Self-hatred. They hate men. Nobody hates men more than effeminate males. No, I'm sorry. Let me say it another way. No one hates patriarchal alpha males more than effeminate single mother raised men.
Right.
They don't like patriarchal alpha males. They can't stand they don't like male authority.
Right.
And this is why if they get pulled over by the police, the officer, he can already feel the energy off of them.
Right.
Because these guys hate male authority. They don't appreciate having to answer to male authority. They don't like male authority. They prefer female authority. You see, so when the police officer pulls them over, right off the bat, it's tension. It's tension. And they want to say it's racism. It is. Many of the times it is racism. And much of the time it isn't racism. It's a matter of this guy hates male authority. It's funny. My 3 closest friends are all single mother raised men, believe it or not. And these guys, all 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, went straight to the military after high school. They craved male authority. They craved male leadership. You got these single mother raised guys who have self-hatred. They hate men. They hate all things masculine. They hate all things male. They prefer female leadership. Those guys ain't going to the military. Those are the guys who hate the man. They're the ones who stereotypically hate the man. They hate the system. Not because, the system is racist, but because the system is patriarchal. Don't be deceived. They want you to think that they hate the system and they rebel against the system because it's racist. No. They hate the system and they rebel against the system because it's patriarchal. That is why. If the system was dominated by white women, it would still be just as racist, but they would love the system because it isn't patriarchal.
That's why these Negroes wanted to vote for Hillary. Remember when when Trump got elected, who you seen crying the most? Simps. Yeah.
Run to vote for Hillary. Why? not because they hate racism. They hate patriarchy. They want you to think that they rebel against the system, they protest, and they fight, fight the power, fight the power, fight the power that be. They want you to think that they're rebelling against the system because it's racist. That's bullshit. They rebel against the system because it's patriarchal. If you take away white men and place white women in charge, they will love the system because it isn't patriarchal. They hate patriarchy, man.
Yeah. Clearly.
They hate
I'm going to read.
They hate male dominance.
I'm going to go through some of these comments real quick. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
So we have from Hanifa Shi, that was early. He said, tell Makabi to turn the mic up. I actually turned the sound up and it got better. So, and he said, great sound. Let's see. He said, rib or ride. I guess we'll get back to that. Eugene Ritchie. Yes, sir. That's the legend right there. Eugene Ritchie's the one that when he found out his woman was cheating on him, the video, actually, he had it on the YouTube platform.
The one
he went about it. Yes, what I told you about. He went about it the true alpha way. He didn't know cussing out. First, he didn't cry like a bitch. He didn't whine. He didn't go beg. He didn't spaz, beat the crap out of her, nothing like that. He gathered all his evidence and presented it before her and got her on camera admitting that he never abused her or did her wrong. And now he saved it. That was honorable, very honorable, Eugene Ritchie. That's why I decided to make Adam to the ruler of the FOI group. Is an honorable ruler. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's Eugene Ritchie again. He said, "Yep, I've never had police problems as I've had a father." Listen, I live in. Look, that's something that I've never had police problems. I'm not saying I never had police problems, right? Not the problems others had. And there was about 4 years ago, an incident where I was on a bus and this old white lady, I had my groceries in the seat next to me. And, there was plenty of seats on the bus. It was at the first stop, So most of the other seats are empty and everything. This old white lady gets on and she, of all the places she has to sit, she decides to sit on my groceries. Well, my bag of groceries. I was like, is this a joke? Are you kidding me? So I said, all right, let me just ask this lady. I said, all right, I'm going to ask you. I don't have to ask you shit, but I'm going to ask you just for the sake of asking you, ma'am, could you please get up off my groceries? She didn't move. So I'm going to ask you again, could you please get up off my groceries? No motion. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Could you please get off my groceries? She didn't move. So I literally lifted her up in the air and I threw her. She got off the bus. A few people on the bus, they was upset. They made a scene, threatened to call the police. I said, all right, call them. I sat right there. The police came on the bus. They asked me what happened. I told them what happened. They were so upset. They wanted to arrest me, but they didn't have the grounds to arrest me on because this lady she disappeared. It was like a ghost. She disappeared. You know what I mean? Wow. Magically. The whole time this situation happened, I was courting a woman. She was on the phone listening to the whole situation. She might be watching this live, but this is 4 years ago. Right. So they didn't have the grounds to arrest me on, but they were pissed off that I threw one of their women on the ground. Even though she sat on my groceries, I literally lifted her up and tossed her. So what they were trying to do, they were trying to taunt me and provoke me to get upset so I can give them the reaction, and now they can arrest me of disorderly conduct. So they were saying things like, yeah, that what you did was so low, you're like the scum on the bottom of my shoe, blah, 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 blah. I was just smiling because I have training. I know who I am, God, and I know who these people are, the devil. So I'm letting them talk. So he asked me, they asked me my name earlier, and I told him, I said, my name is No Allah. And he's like, later on, they asked me, he said, you have any ID? I said, yeah, I pulled out my ID. My ID had the name Allah on it. And immediately he was like, look, just go, just leave, just leave as fast as you can. Just leave the situation. Cop said this. And I left. I walked away. You know what I'm saying? So I said all that to say that when you have civilization training, when you have masculinity, because a brother in feminine energy would have been, how you gonna say that to me, officer? Yeah, you're racist. And it would have just popped off, you know what I'm saying? But because I had that training, because I had that discipline, right?
I'm shocked. I'm surprised that the guys on the train didn't hem you up. I've said it once before, and I'll say it again. I could never live in New York.
Yeah.
Because in that whole 5 boroughs area,
Right.
a woman, especially a black woman, can spit in a brother's face. She can slap a brother. She can kick a brother. And if a brother go to defend himself, 10 brothers will come and say, "You better not put your hands on her." I could never live in New York.
Yeah.
I could never live in New York.
Yeah. You know, believe it or not, it's changing gradually, very gradually, but not enough for me. You know, as we all know, I'm bouncing from New York. We got another guest that's actually about to come on. I think I know who this is. He's a Hebrew Israelite brother. I think he said he give him about 15 minutes. Let me read through some more of these comments. So here's Denitha. Hello, Mr. Anor, Mr. Nageed. This is Denitha from Facebook. So happy to see you both together on the live. Oh yeah,
Hey,
we happy that you was able to join us. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate
Sweetie.
you.
Sugar
We
baby.
appreciate you joining us on this live. You know, and for everybody that's watching, you know, please, you know, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, give other people. We want other people to join on and contribute. You know, offer their perspective. See, Eugene Ritchie. Yep. Okay, that might have been responsible. That was a comment from earlier. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Eugene Ritchie, and Trump has benefited black men. Absolutely. If we look at the platinum plan, right? This platinum plan that he has, economic empowerment for black businesses. To my knowledge, what was shared with me is this is going to give black businesses access to $500 billion in capital. You know, he also just recently signed what was the name of this? It was an executive order. I forgot the name of it, but it's banning race and sex discrimination. And he put the language he put inside the law, inside the bill. Basically, you can't shame men for being masculine and call them oppressors for being men.
Wow.
This is what Trump put in the bill. I'm paraphrasing it, but I'll include the link to that inside the comments. Y'all can see this bill yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So this is let me see. Saya, he said, I want to get on, give me 15 minutes. Indeed, once you get on, I'll see it in the guest section. I believe I sent that link to him, and I'll include you inside the live. I want to hear your perspective also. You know, Eugene Ritchie, Gino Richardson. LO, I'm going to put the video, on Black Avenger soon. Yeah, that's that video that he's talking about. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, should have corrected to say I don't have the type of police problems that these sassy bastard sons do. Most of us don't. Let me see. From Denitha. Sadly, that is a stereotype. That's why most people don't believe I'm originally from New York. LOL. Yeah, because you don't give off a New York vibe, Denitha. Not at all. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know.
No.
Yeah. Not at all. So we got Farik Allah. He says, Salam Allah. Can either you or Brother Makabi elaborate on what is meant by women, quote unquote, not being equal with men? Because as we know, that word equal has a negative connotations to it.
Would you like to, or would you?
We can both go, but I'll let you go first, unless you want me to go first.
You go first.
All right, I'll go first. Equal. Oh, it said the boy is meant by women not being equal with men. To be honest with you, it's in plain language. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Women are not equal with men. There are no two things in this universe that are equal. You know, women are not equal with men. That's just like the brain is not equal to the heart. The brain gives directions. The brain gives order. The brain gives leadership, and it gives leadership. It gives order. It gives instructions. Right. The heart and all the other organs of the body follow the leadership of the brain. The brain is physically above the heart. Why? The brain is above the heart. You gotta think about this. You know what I'm saying? But the heart, this doesn't negate the role the heart plays. The heart pumps blood. The heart nourishes that. In other words, nourishing blood. It pumps nutrient-rich blood that nourishes the entire body. So the brain and the heart are equally important, but they are not equal. They have different roles. Neither one can live without the other. The body can't live one without the other, but both are equally important. Now, a person can have a heart transplant. Think about this, right? But have you ever heard of someone having a brain transplant living? I don't think so. Something we got to think about. But no, men and women are not equal. We don't have to explain this to hard-headed women and simps that don't want to believe this, because no matter what how you explain it, even though it's common sense, look at a man, look at a woman, we're not equal. My phallus hangs out, your vulva comes in, we're not equal. You have two breasts to nourish, I don't have that. We're not equal. I have muscles that can, for me to protect, provide all of these things, go out and make things happen. You don't have that. We are not equal. My voice is deeper. I have testosterone. You have progesterone. Your voice is softer. We are not equal, period. We are not equal. I mean, it's really self-explanatory, but some people want the rhetoric. They want the rhetoric or feel-good rhetoric that can make them comforted. I'm not trying to comfort people that have issues with the fact that we're not equal. I'm not trying to comfort people that want to believe in gender equality. You should be made uncomfortable. If you want to add on to that, if you wanted me to elaborate more, Fareed, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Brother Makabi, you can add on or share your thoughts on that.
Sure. I'm always going to go back to the Bible. I'm always going to go back to Scripture.
Right.
Genesis 2:18 says, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make a helper for him." Women are helpers.
Right.
Women, that is the purpose for women. They are helpers. The helper is not more important than the principal. Men, we are the principal. The helper is not more important than the principal, than the subject she's helping.
Right.
Okay. Men and women are different. And like you said, women nourish and you know, women, the Bible refers to the woman many times as the weaker vessel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm going,
you know?
man. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I got something for these messenger followers. I got something for them.
Our role, our evolutionary role as men is to provide and protect. Provide for her and protect her. Provide food, provide clothing. This is before money. This is before currency. Provide shelter. That means we have to build the home. Provide food, provide clothing. That means we have to go slaughter that animal, and we're going to use that animal's skin to provide clothing. Provide food, shelter, clothing, protection. We have to provide protection.
Right.
She is not equal.
Period.
We're not just providing protection for her, we're providing protection for ourselves.
Right.
You see, so even if there is no her, we must protect ourselves. If she's not around, we must provide for ourselves, even if she isn't in the picture. So whether she's in the picture or not, we still have to provide and protect ourselves.
Right.
Let's go back to Genesis. The Lord God took the man, Genesis 2:15, the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Okay, before the Most High ever gave the man a woman, he gave him a job. Before the Most High ever gave the man a woman, he gave him a job.
Gave him a purpose, a job and a purpose.
He gave him a purpose. And then he says, and you're going to name the animals too. You're going to dress the garden and keep it, and you're going to name the animals. So he got all these different jobs he's doing before a woman ever comes on the scene. And then in the process of dressing and keeping the garden and naming these animals, you know what? This guy needs help. He needs help. He doesn't need an equal. He needs help.
Right.
Because you see, if the Most High was going to make him an equal, he would have said, let me go to the dust of the earth and make him an equal. This is from the dust of the earth, the same way I made him. You see, he would have went and said, okay, what does the Bible says? The Bible says he made the man out of the dust of the ground, out of the earth. It says he made the man, he formed the man out of the dust of the earth. If the Most High was going to make the man an equal, he would have formed and shaped the woman from out of the dust of the earth the same way he did the man. He didn't. He made the woman from the man himself. He didn't go back to the dirt and make the man an equal. He went to the man and he made the woman out of the man's rib. She is not his equal. He provides and he protects his helper. It's really simple. It's really rather simple.
Very.
The builders of civilization, the defenders of civilization, the maintainers of civilization are men. And women we use them to reproduce.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the woman's primary purpose. Pretty much, that's her primary purpose. That's her primary purpose, is to reproduce. That's her primary purpose.
In order to be fruitful and multiply, we need her.
Right.
She's not our equal.
Your primary purpose, woman that are listening to this, is not to be getting no degrees trying to compete with no men. Sit your ass down. That is not your primary purpose, and this is why you're going to wind up being a cat lady. You're going to wind up being a cat lady in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you know, just the cat lady, because you were so busy trying to compete with men that you chased them away.
Yes.
That's not your place to be competing with no man. Stop listening to these simp males in mainstream America, corporate America, what have you, social, these simp males telling you that your job is to compete with men. Stop listening to these homosexuals and these closet homosexuals telling you that you're supposed to compete with men just because they're too bitch to compete with men themselves. This has to be stated.
Wow.
It has to be stated. Let me go to some more of these wait, before I want to read this. This is for some of y'all messenger files. Some of y'all getting on my nerves, man. Okay. It says here, okay, on page 127, a message to the black man, right? Because I know some of y'all FOIs and some of y'all gods that believe in this gender equality nonsense. It's not what the messenger taught. He says the serpent, the devil, dragon, Satan, seems to have been seeking the weaker part of man, and then he puts in parentheses, the woman, to bring to naught the man, the divine man. It is his first and last trick to deceive the people of God through the woman or with the woman. He is using his woman to tempt the black man by parading her half nude before his eyes and with public lovemaking, indecent kissing, and dancing over radio and television screens and throughout their public papers and magazines. I'm going to stop right there, right? It says he's using his woman. I know some of y'all hoteps are going to automatically say, yeah, he's talking about the white woman. What about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion? He's using his woman. These are women that he has jurisdiction over. There's no mention about genetics, bloodline, or racial racial grouping there. It said his women, meaning that women he has control and authority over you. For some of y'all, that's your own wife. For some of y'all, that's your own wife. For some of y'all, that's your own mother.
Yes, sir.
Especially y'all hoteps. It's still though that is for some of y'all, it's that same woman that you in her inbox worshiping her, simping on every post she puts. Teach us, queen. She'll put up a post. Hey, I'm clipping my fingernails today. I'm clipping my toenails. Teach, queen. Teach us, queen. Oh, I'm painting my nails today. I'm getting my feet done. I'm getting my hair done. That's right, queen. Teach us. Y'all simps. Yeah. That same woman. Yeah. The one that won't even return your inbox. Yeah.
Wow.
He's using that woman to bring you down. Wow. Don't think for 1 minute that that's not Satan's woman or his woman. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's the language of Elijah Muhammad's teachings. Brother Makabi is speaking the language of the Bible. I know some of y'all will say, well, see, that's a problem with y'all, these Abrahamic religious men. We can also keep it common sense. Again, if I can write, I can urinate and I can spell my name in the dirt, in the sand, just by me standing up urinating. You cannot do that. Show me a woman that can do that without making a mess on herself. Okay, this is not no scripture being quoted. This is not no messenger being quoted. No nothing. This is common freaking sense. We gave some common sense examples earlier. You know what I'm saying? We are not equal. The man is the woman's superior in her authority. Period. Period. If we go to the messengers, was a lecture, was it a lecture or article where it's titled "The Role of Men and Women." Some people title it, some places it's titled "The Position Men and Women," where he talked about rights and having equal rights. Right? He says she has rights to you just like you have rights to her, but those rights are not to be confused by with authority. We're talking about rights here, not authority. When it comes to authority, he is authority. The woman must always recognize the man as the authority and the head and submit to his authority. He said.
Children have rights.
Yes, sir.
Children have rights. That don't mean they have authority.
Right.
Even he said this is
right. He said this is authority, not rights. He said woman must always submit to her husband, even if he is a junkie husband, as long as she is his wife and he is her husband. Right. So he made no excuses for that. So some of y'all FOIs and MGT, y'all simp FOI and MGT, and y'all feminist MGTs, whatever, y'all gonna go and say, well, a woman ain't going to submit to a man if he ain't being God. If the woman has to put conditions on what she's submitting to, she's not a submissive woman. She's actually leading, and you're going to submit to the conditions and terms that she says that she will submit to. She is submitting. You are submitting to her. She is topping you from the bottom and leading you from the back.
Oh my God!
Tell me that that's not the case with y'all.
Topping from the bottom. She is setting her terms and conditions on her submission.
Right, which means, and you're going to say, okay, I agree. I'll make sure I do this, and you submit. Bitch ass, you're submitting. You're the woman in that role. I get passionate behind this because, I mean, I know, I'm going to try to keep this rated E for everyone, but I get passionate behind this because this pisses me off, man. And I get brothers all the time hit me up, brother, introduce me to a virgin. Hook me up with a submissive woman. Hook me up with a firm woman. Like I said, you're a savage. I'm not hooking you up, introducing you to nobody. You're not going to ruin my reputation, my name, by ruining or destroying a woman that comes to you. She was trained and taught to submit and serve her man from birth. And she comes to you and she's willing to serve or offer you a plate to serve you with her knees bowed or her head down, and you're going to say some garbage like, nah, sister, you ain't got to do all that. Nah, you're going to ruin her, and you're not going to do it in my name. My name is Allah. You're not doing it in the name of Allah. Stick with them hoes that you're used to.
Yeah.
So, please, stop asking me. If I thought you was quality enough or I thought you was qualified, I'd probably do it without you even asking me. So stop.
Yeah. You introduced them to a virgin, and they are going to ruin her.
Absolutely.
They're going to ruin her. This is how I think about this. We're okay. Like, say, for example, we're talking about men and women not being equal. Physiologically, let's look at the anatomy of women and the anatomy of men. Not just the muscles and all that, because you got women who lift weights and all that. Let's break it down to its simplest, basic essentials. Women have an organ called a hymen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, somebody interrupt just now. Is Kadash this on no interruptions. But anyway, Kadash Shire, if you're still there, because I see you saying that you're ready to join. If you are still there, okay, I need you to click on that email that I sent to your inbox. If this is the brother Trayvon, I need you to click on that email I sent to your inbox, so that way you can join the broadcast area, and then I can let you in. So yeah, if you're still on, if you're listening, yes, please do that. Just click on that link that I sent to your inbox, and you should be able to get on. I'll get the notification that you are in the back channel, and I'll let you on. So Yeah, Makabi, continue on. Pardon self for that interruption. I'm going
No problem.
to get to these comments after that. Yeah.
Okay, so I drive big trucks. I drive big rigs. Now, the next time you're behind a big rig, I want you to look at those trailer doors, the doors on the trailer, and I want you to look, and what you'll see on the trailer doors, you'll see a seal. There's a seal. Some of the seals are like a plastic, like some of the seals look like a zip tie, like a plastic zip tie.
Yeah.
Some of the seals, you have bolt seals that you have to have some bolt cutters to pop them, or some kind of snippers or some pliers to wiggle till you snap them. But the trailer will often have a seal on it. Now, that is required by law. If there's anything of value in that trailer, there better be a seal on it. It doesn't matter if it's a zip tie seal or a bolt seal. There better be some kind of a seal on that trailer. And then when you get to the delivery to the customer wants to look at that seal, and they want to look at the numbers on that seal, and they want to make sure that the numbers on that seal match the numbers that they have on the manifest, on the bill of lading. What that means is, that means the content in this trailer, the integrity of whatever's in this trailer is unmolested. Whatever is in this trailer has not been touched from cradle to the grave. Cradle to the grave means from pickup to delivery. These trailer doors have not been opened. If you break a seal, that is a felony. It is a felony if you break a seal on a trailer. So the next time you're behind a big rig and you see that those trailer doors, look, if there's no seal on those trailer doors, then that means ain't nothing in that trailer worth anything. There might be some cardboard, there might be some trash in it, there might be some pallets in it. It might be a trailer full of recycled stuff that's going to get dumped into an incinerator or dumped into a big vat and recycled. There's nothing really of worth inside that trailer. That trailer might be empty. If there's no seal on it, it might be an empty trailer, or nothing really of value might be in it. Trash, blessings to your brother.
Shalom, brothers.
Trash or whatever might be in it. When you see a seal on those trailer doors, that means something of value is in that trailer. Okay? Something of value is in that trailer. Again, if you break a seal, it's a felony. When you get to the customer, they're going to check the numbers on that seal to make sure that the numbers on that seal match the numbers on the manifest, on the bill of lading. That means these doors have not been opened. Whatever is in this trailer was put in it during delivery. These trailer doors have not been opened from cradle to the grave. Now, every woman born, every human woman is born with a seal between her legs. And that seal says the contents have not been touched. The contents have not been molested. Whatever is in here was in here when it came, when it was picked up. Every woman has a seal. It's called a hymen. Men, we don't have a hymen. We don't have that organ. Women, once that hymen is broken, it doesn't grow back. Isn't that something? Now, our fingernails grow back, we clip them. Our beards grow back, our hair grows back. You cut yourself, that wound heals. Everything on the human body heals except for that hymen. That hymen is significant. The reason that hymen is significant is because she only gets one. What that means is she gets one man, one shot, one man. The hymen doesn't grow back for the next man, and it grows back for the next man, and it grows. No, it doesn't grow back. That means, sweetie, you get one man. Choose wisely, because your hymen ain't growing back. That hymen signifies that this has been broken. It's been compromised. You know, the Bible says defiled. Defiled. You've humbled her. The hymen is broken. So this is why there's a bride price. And if she don't have no hymen, then there's no bride price. What's the bride price for if there's no hymen there? This is the microchimerism. This is the telegony. This is the, okay, somebody done ejaculated in you. And that man's DNA is a permanent part of you now. A permanent part of you. And when you do conceive, your body is going to use that DNA to make the baby. And I don't want no hybrid babies. I don't want my son to kind of sort of look like your ex. I don't want my daughter to kind of sort of have your ex's eyes. I don't want my child to kind of sort of have your ex's lips. I don't want my child to kind of sort of have your ex's behavior. I want my child with you to be 100% me, my DNA. So the virgin, we don't introduce virgins to low-level men. We don't.
Exactly.
It's mind-blowing today, because when you put on Facebook the importance of I want a virgin, you get these guys talking crazy, talking about if you want a virgin, you're a pedophile, and what you want a virgin for, and you nasty, and you must be a pedophile, you must be this, you must be that, what you want a virgin for. These same guys, in the same breath, will decry and disparage thoughts. Now, wait a minute. You guys don't want thoughts, but you don't want virgins either.
Yeah, right.
You don't want thoughts. You know, you don't want high mileage hoes, but you don't want virgins either. What they
Make up your goddamn mind. Yes.
And mind. Right, exactly. Right.
go ahead.
Yeah, you want the floor, Shenwala, because I know you came in, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if there's anything you want to contribute to add on, yeah. Shalom.
Now, I just want to say everything that Brother Makabi spinning is hot fire, man. Because listen, there's a scripture in the Apocrypha that says that has thou daughters, marry them off, marry them off to a man with understanding, so that you have done a weighty matter. Weighty matter means like something that's difficult, or hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So like if me, I have two daughters. So by the time they become of age, I'm supposed to be looking to marry them off to the most possible suitor, the best suitor out of the bunch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be giving them to a bunch of knuckleheads. You understand what I'm saying? So it goes back to what Brother Makabi says. Like, for virgins should only go to the cream of the crop. Not none of these effeminate, baby face, soon as I get home from work ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not supposed to be for them.
For real, exactly. They'll ruin them. Shenwala, quick question. Did you see in the intro? Hold on. Somebody, you know what? Usually when I do these lives or these live streams, my phone calls come in nonstop. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb this time, but I'm gonna blast y'all. Y'all know what I'm doing, and y'all hit me up now. But anyway, did you get to see on the beginning? I played the clip with Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, where the woman, he was introduced to his bride, and she said that she was trained and taught to serve him since birth. And he said, "Yeah, but I want to know about you. What do you like?" You saw that part, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? Because I would say, before you answer that, I would say, even though in the movie Hakeem was the son of the king, he was a
Right.
simp, man. Like, he's what you would call. He's
Big
that
time.
type of dude I would not yo, I keep my daughter away from that clown. Like, seriously. But
Right.
what were your thoughts on it?
Right.
'Cause it sounded like you were going to elaborate somewhere on that subject, or in that, yeah,
All
in
right.
that ring.
See. My thought about that whole scene is that Hollywood always got to throw their little bullshit in there where they have it where Imani Aziz, the lady that was promised to be his wife, that they make it where they got to throw their bullshit where she doesn't have a mind of her own. She don't like music. She don't like this and that and the third. Because like
Bimbo.
a real alpha is like, if I like jazz and you like classical, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna bother me any less because you like a different music genre different from me. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? But like Hollywood had to throw their little bullshit in that. But yeah, they really, you know, Hakeem did not know what to do with her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like when she showed her level of how much she's willing to serve him, even if it means hopping on one leg, even if it means barking like a dog, he wasn't ready for that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? He
Right.
want a woman that has his own mind, that has her own mind, that hears her own feelings, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Which to me is complete bullshit because not even his mother is like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, his mother, even though she don't always agree with King Joffrey Joffre, her behind is in line. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? She submit and his word is law. His words, you know what I'm saying, is the
Yeah.
final say so.
Yeah.
So that's it on that.
Yeah.
Let,
That's
let,
see.
let,
Yeah.
let me,
Go ahead,
let me say
Makabi.
let me say this.
Hmm.
That scene with Princess Imani, she said to him all that needed to be said in her opening statement. She said, ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve
Serve
you.
you. That's right.
She did not say, ever since was born, I've been trained to be your friend.
Right.
She did not say, ever since I was born, I've been trained to be your homie. Ever since I was born, I've been trained to be your equal. She did not say that. She knew her purpose. He didn't know her purpose because
Right.
she stated her purpose in her opening statement. She said, ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
You. Right.
Okay? So that's why what kind of music I like doesn't matter. My favorite food doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
What I
Right.
like to do doesn't matter. Ever
Doesn't
since
matter.
I was born, I've been trained to serve you, not be your friend.
Right. Exactly.
He wanted a friend. He wanted an equal. That wasn't her
Right.
purpose.
Right.
You see? So
Beautiful.
now it devolves into bark like a dog. Now the mockery begins. Make a sound like an orangutan, hop on one leg, because he did not understand her purpose.
And
Right.
because he did not understand her purpose or his purpose, he did not have a purpose. He was a man in a feminine energy. And this is why he mocked her femininity. He mocked it. And
Right.
this is what those simps, the women's rights activist males, the guy besties, this is what, those type of, social justice warrior males, this is what they will do when they see a woman in her natural feminine state, which is to be submissive and servile. They'll actually mock that and they'll destroy it again. So this is why I'm gonna keep telling y'all dudes over and over and over, stop asking me that shit, because I'm not gonna know. If I thought that you were, right, then I'll
Right.
probably say, you know something, there's a brother of mine, ABCXYZ. But no, in the meantime, stop asking me that. I'm going to go through some of these comments. Let me see. This is some from earlier. Eugene Ritchie says his executive order is basically the hammer of witches from Christianity towards feminism. He's talking about Trump and that order that Trump passed, the executive order against, what was it? Against race and sex discrimination, something to that effect. I can't remember the exact name of it. but he passed it on September 22nd. And it basically smashed feminism in the writing without, he did it in a politically correct way though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'll post a link to that in the comment section. Let me see. Eugene Ritchie again. True polarity is universal truth. Positives and negatives. No molecules have equal states as quality will cancel it out. Right. Eugene Ritchie, that's all I'm rambling about for the day. Going to listen in the background, no doubt. Brian Omasanya, peace, God, peace. To the God, peace. Okay. Eugene Ritchie, peace and blessings to you, brothers. Peace and blessings to you. Thanks for tuning in and joining on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, Eugene Ritchie, by the way, that's the legend. You know what I'm saying? The way he handled that woman that disrespected him was legendary. It was classic. It was civil. He didn't spaz. He didn't flip. He didn't cuss her out. He presented all the evidence and got her on tape saying that he never abused her or did her wrong. So legally, it's a slam dunk. Let's see. Takim Safat equality is balance. Equality does not mean the same. Well, some people, for some reason, they apply it to be that way. Here's Danitha 20. If I may, to provide is based in providence, which means a manifestation of the care and superintendence which God exercises over his creatures, an event ordained by divine creation.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Powerful.
Okay.
I can dig it.
I definitely can take that.
Yeah.
Wait, let me bring up one quick point.
Sure.
From Coming to America. Like I don't know if you guys peeped it, but Semi, Hakeem's servant was more masculine, was more alpha than Hakeem.
Yeah.
He knew the role of what a woman was for. He knew the role of a woman, what was she supposed to do, say how you're supposed to conduct yourself as a man. But when he got to America, he didn't like simp, for these women. He just, tell them sweet nothings and, got the drawers and that was it.
Right. That's true. That is true.
They really set us up for the okie doke with that movie with little small things.
Yeah.
They kind of do a Quentin Tarantino. They kind of do a backwards thing. At first, we get the shock value of the bather rising up out of the water, and she says the royal penis is clean, and we're like, oh snap, But then later on, the father-son conversation, the father says, "I always assumed you had sex with your bathers. I know I do." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then when you go back and you look at that scene again and you see he's sitting there completely still, unaroused. She's under that water bathing the royal penis, and she's being ever so loving and gentle with it. Right. And he's not. Now that scene has a totally different meaning now.
Right. Yes.
Like, wow, the father. Because we didn't know when we first saw that scene that he had permission to do whatever he want with his bathers.
Right.
Until the father brought that out later. So now it's like when you go back and look at that scene now, like she's under that water, ever so lovingly cleaning that royal penis, and he ain't phased at all. He ain't phased a bit. Then the other scenes, then you watch the other scenes, the Miss Black Awareness pageant. Yeah. All them girls up on the stage, and he's like, "Look, man, pick one so we can leave." And he's like, "No, unaroused by all those women on that stage, unaroused by all those women." Semi, once again, like you said, Semi is like, "Look, man, pick one so we can get out of here.
Pick one and go home." Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Again, when the father finally comes and he's like, "Where's Akeem?" And he's like, "I told you to take care of him. How could you let him come to such a pass?" And then he looks at the bathers and he says, bathe him thoroughly. And then he looks like, once again. So Semi is getting his, dad is enjoying his, everybody is getting theirs and enjoying it. except for him. He is completely overlooking, the whole sexual element is irrelevant to him. He couldn't care less about the sexual aspect. He wants a woman for her mind. And the whole sexual. Go ahead.
My fault. No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue on. I remember what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Look, this is another famous simp line that gynocentricity has conditioned men, especially black men, beta males in general, to say, I don't want a woman for her body, I want her for her mind. Really? This means you're not confident in your own mind. You want a woman for her, not her body. Don't you know if you tell women don't care about their minds? I'm being honest with you. Women in general do not care about their minds. Billions of dollars is spent in the beauty industry. That is probably the biggest industry of all the commercial industries, is the beauty, the cosmetic surgery, weight loss, makeup, clothes, anything dealing with beauty and looks. If you tell a woman, I like you more for your mind than for your body, you're going to ruin that woman's self-esteem.
Bruh.
Because she's going to think, damn, this man is a man that wants to follow me for my mind, right? He doesn't have a mind, or he's not confident enough in his own mind, and he doesn't lust me. He doesn't desire me for my body. A woman's purpose is to be a helpmeet to and a comfort to man. A woman is supposed to serve man. Women get pleasure knowing that they serve. The thing is, look, in my simp days, in my blue pill days, right? When I would be, do things that would be an act of service or kindness to a woman. It was like, yeah, whatever. But in all of my days, but especially now, I observe that women are happiest when they're serving you. When they fix you a plate and you enjoy it, it makes them feel good. It makes them feel valued. You know what I'm saying? Or when you intimate with them and you just satisfy any service that they offer you, and they see that it satisfies you or benefits you, that makes them feel good as a woman, because that's her nature. So for y'all fools to go up there and say, I want you for your mind and your body, y'all listen to this politically correct nonsense and you wonder why you in a friend zone. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, dudes friend zone themselves, and then they say things, I want a woman that's on my level. That's the most foolish thing that I hear dudes say. I want a woman that's on my level. If she was on your level, then you're going to cry that she's not submitting to you. How is she going to submit to you when you're on her level? I'm not settling for no woman that's below my level. That's that gender equality simp bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to some more of these comments, and then we're going to open up the floors. Hanif Rashid Ray, provide knowledge, wisdom, enlightenment, education, guidance, rules, etc. Yeah, we behind. I'm sure that was in reference to what we were discussing earlier. I'm going to try to keep up with the comments. Rashawn Salam, peace, Lord, peace, G. We appreciate you joining on the podcast. Let's see, Eugene Ritchie, woo, give him a purpose before a woman. Wow, the ancients knew what they were talking about. Absolutely. Right. It's so, okay, these biblical concepts are so profound that they go over people's heads. Even when we look at the virgin birth, why, I know some people say they don't agree with the New Testament, fine, but let's just look at this. Why would the man that they refer to as Jesus say that I and the Father are one? When you see me, you see the Father. Why? Because his mother was a virgin. She ain't have the DNA of a whole bunch of different niggas or whoever all up inside of her. So yeah, I'm not one with the father. I'm one with the father. I'm one with my mom's ex-boyfriend. I'm one with the stepfather. I'm one with the one before him. I'm one with my mama's first. I'm one with the guy my mama met inside the club. I'm one with all these dudes, and that's why if you take a DNA test, a standard DNA test, and all those dudes will line up, none of them would be the father.
None
right?
of them.
Even though one of them did sire the child, but because that child's DNA has been affected by the DNA of so many different men inside of her womb and her ovums and that telegony, that the standard DNA test can't even determine the father of the children. So she got to bring 10 men to Maury.
Yep.
10 different men, get them all tested, none of them the father. Come back a year later, bring 10 new men, get them all tested, none of them the father. What was you doing? And some of y'all dudes liked it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's see. Andrew Hunter Moore. So glad to hear and see you again, Makabi. You're spot on all the time. Okay. All right. Neat the 20. So in other words, providence means that you are of God. So a provider is really a God in his house, in essence. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What does the scripture say that
Absolutely.
Christ is the head of man and man is the head of woman? So no, you're a woman. You all this talk about I'm an independent woman with a relationship with God. No, if you're a single woman, you're a single so-called independent woman with no man. You have no relationship with God. If you don't have a relationship with a patriarchal man, you have whether that man be your father, your husband. You do not have a relationship with God. Cut the nonsense. Let's see. Ladies, as a woman, please listen to these men. Take heed of their words. Yeah, that's a wise. Denitha's a wise woman, y'all,
Yes,
and
she is.
she's one of a very few I can count probably on one hand of emotionally intelligent
Mm-hmm.
women in America, black women that is,
Right.
original women that are emotionally intelligent. Meaning, we know that women are ruled by their emotions and their ideals, but then when they can actually check that and submit to the truth even before their ideals and their emotions, that is a sign of emotional intelligence. And these are also women that
Mm-hmm.
have been shaped, molded, and molded and made by masculine men or male
Yeah.
family leaders. So,
Hey,
okay,
let me give a shout out to her.
yeah,
I respect her.
right,
I respect her, and I won't say that about a lot of women.
right,
I
right.
Right.
Same here,
respect Sister Nita. I do.
All right. Right.
same here. Let's see. Andrew Hunter Moore says, if a man shirks or steps in behalf, or step, oh, wait, me slow down. If a man shirks or half steps in his role to provide and protect for his woman, would you say he teaching his woman to paddle for herself? Would you say he is adding to the problem of independent-minded females, especially if his woman is submissive? I'm glad you said that, Andrew Hunter Moore, because especially if his woman is submissive, this is what the character Eddie Murphy played. That's how Hakeem would have been. This is what the average Western male would be and would do because he has men have to actually be trained and taught how to deal with a virgin or submissive woman, especially if they were reared here in the West. You have a lot of unlearning to do. You have a lot of deep programming to do, and it's much harder to unlearn a subject than it is to learn something. So yeah, he would be contributing towards her masculinity because if she feels in her mind she thought that she had a man that she could submit to, and she gave that submission to the wrong one, sometimes it might scar her. I'm not submitting no more. You know what I'm saying? But
Let
this
let
is why
me
we
let,
have to have male family leaders to and arrange marriages and vetting systems, so that way we can vet the men that are interested in our women and the women under our leadership. But go ahead, brother Makabi.
my answer to Andrew Hunter Moore. Bless you, Andrew Hunter Moore. My answer to his question is that if this guy has a woman who is submissive and he's shirking his responsibility to provide and protect, what he's going to do, especially if she isn't a virgin, if she's submissive but she isn't a virgin, what he's going to do is he's going to fan the flames of her hypergamy.
Mm.
Mm.
What he's going to
Yep.
do is he's going to cause her wandering eye to begin wandering more than it should, because she's already hypergamous. Hypergamy in and of itself, hypergamy in a patriarchal society is a good thing. Okay, let's not completely take a shit on hypergamy. In a patriarchal society, hypergamy is an excellent thing. We as men, we fight, we conquer, we dominate. That is how we survive. Women, hypergamy is their survival instinct. Okay, if us three, we go into this village has 20 people, a family of 20 or 30. And us three, we go into that village with our swords and we kill all the men and all the boys in that village, and we kill all the women in that village that are not virgins. We let all the virgins in that village live, but we kill everybody else. So let's say there are 7 virgin girls, 12, age of 12 or age of 13, 14 and under, virgin girls that we let live. but we kill everybody else in that village. Now, we're going to take wives of those girls. The Bible says, shave their head, give them 30 days, pare their fingernails, give them 30 days to mourn their dead family members that we killed. And then after we give them that mourning time, okay, now you go and you make her your wife. And if you don't want her to be your wife, then you let her go. Okay. Now, that's how women bounce back. You just killed her whole family. But if she wants to survive, if she wants to live to see another day, she's going to have to get over it, and get over it quickly. Yes, we killed everybody in your village. Now, if you want to live, you're going to have to get over the fact that we killed everybody in your village and I'm your husband now. That's Bible. That's Bible.
Right.
When you go in and you kill everybody in this village, you give that virgin girl time to mourn her loved ones. And then after 30 days, you go in unto her and you make her your wife. That is hypergamy. That is why women get over breakups quicker than we do. It is a survival instinct. We'll be crying, singing R&B songs months later. She done got a whole new man. A week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks later, she is in a whole new relationship. That is
might
why
already had him in the orbit beforehand.
Hey, Hey, it is so in a patriarchal setting, hypergamy is a good thing. But in a matriarchal society like ours, hypergamy is a horrible thing. And if you shirk your responsibility to provide and protect, if you slack on your providing and protecting, you're going to fan the flames of her hypergamy. And now she's looking around when her attention should be on you. But that's your fault for doing that.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So for me to answer that question, piggyback off what the brother Makabi says, as far as like a man shirking on his responsibility, like you pretty much, like you said, you're pretty much fan the flames on hypergamy, because the thing is, for men, we're naturally competitive. You know, it's in our nature to always push ourselves to the next level. Okay, if I jumped over one hurdle, now let me try for two, let me try for three, and so on and so forth. Because like men have to be able to adapt to an ever-changing society. You know what I'm saying? Or else you won't get left behind. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's during peacetime or during wartime. So like when wartime breaks out, or let's say the country get hit with another Hurricane Katrina, you know, the men who's been on their A game this whole time, as far as being provider, being protector, don't know how to navigate. Whereas the men who've been slacking this whole time, you're pretty much, you know, being left to panic along with the women. You know what I'm saying? Like an example with Hurricane Katrina. A lot of people, they got rounded up and got taken to that stadium. And you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you was a warrior, unless you knew what to do, know how to move and navigate, you know, you was in there, you know, fighting for your life. Because in the morning, during the like when you watch like the documentaries on Hurricane Katrina, in the morning time, during the daytime, they have the police, the security there to keep the peace, to make sure everything is in order. Where at nighttime, they will leave all the thousands of people in that stadium to fend for themselves. You know, and you heard all kinds of stuff of women getting raped, you know, women getting assaulted and stuff like that, people getting beat up and robbed. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, again, if a man is not on his purpose, on his grind, to constantly push himself to the next level, to learn how to survive, to be a warrior, you know, he's gonna get left behind. And the last example I'm gonna use real quick was the brother that decided to take it upon himself to hijack a school bus, and he put a lot of people on it and able to take them to somewhere to take them to safety. You know what I'm saying? That was the brother that, again, he's on his grind. He has his mind right. He knows that as a man, You constantly got to keep fighting to, to be a protector, be a provider, because again, the world is changing, and if you don't move, you're gonna get left behind. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
indeed.
that verse, by the way, that was Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 through 14. Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 through 14, talking about if you take over a village and kill everybody, and you take one of the virgins to be your wife. For anybody who is interested in reading that.
Yeah, yeah. And see, the thing is, virgins, the purpose, or better yet, I'd say like this: virgins establish pure bloodlines. That's the main purpose of a virgin womb, is to establish a pure bloodlines, genetically pure bloodlines that will breed superior children, that would do things that people in, the world would consider or label to be miracles, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? All that means something. The science of virgin, when I say virgin birth, a man getting with a woman, and the man being immaculately kept, because immaculate means clean, right? Clean diet, he's following divine dietary law, clean thinking. The sperm is produced by the thoughts, the food a man eats, what a man puts in his body, all that factors into the sperm cell of a man. So if a man has immaculate thoughts, follows divine dietary law, and is a clean man, he's going to produce immaculately kept sperm. If you have a woman on that same frequency, right? She's a virgin, right? Clean womb, clean ovums. You're going to have, and that man and that woman get together, you're going to have an immaculate sperm, an immaculate ovum come together, and that's going to produce an immaculate conception, right? And from that immaculate conception is going to bring forth superior children of higher IQ, physically, mentally superior children. All of that is eugenics, if you truly understand. The first book of the Bible.
You took the word right out of my mouth.
Absolutely.
It's eugenics.
Absolutely.
The first book of, see, it's all genetics. Genetics, that's the most important thing. This is why the first book of the Bible is called Genesis. Genetics is the first, it's the primary thing. Okay, Shafiq Shabazz, teach, brother. I'm saying this because I see these Christians and Israelites get mad at that picture. I'm going to put this picture up again. I'm going to put it up again.
Man, I got so much to fix that. Yeah.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. We see this. Yo, props to that brother. Props to that sister. Props to that brother. Yo, that man. Yo, you doing your thing, man. Hats off to you. If I found out who you are, I would shake. Listen, that's how it's supposed to be. You set that example. Yeah, people are going to hate. They're going to throw shade, but that's okay. Let them do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that. We taking it for the team, but you know what? The glory is going to be, yours in the end. This is why men should stand on their masculinity. So what if they call you toxic? So if they call you this, they call you homophobe or whatever they call you, chauvinist, whatever. Stand on your masculinity. They're going to call you all those things. But guess what? You would, as a man, you would rather be called toxic or homophobe or chauvinist than to be called a bitch or PUSSY.
Right.
No, you don't want to be called that. I'd rather be called a dick or use a jerk than a pussy.
Right. Exactly.
Oh man, I think. Let's see. Let's go to some of these comments. Okay, that was Shafiq Shabazz said, "Teach, brother." Yeah, that's what we doing. We striving to teach. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you logging on. Shafiq Shabazz, he's an elder brother over there in West Africa, and he's. Yeah, I ain't gonna put his business out there. One day we probably get him on. You know what I'm saying? But peace to Shafiq Shabazz, Ezra L. Amir L. Facts. Shafiq Shabazz, 109% virgin, 109% virgin, right? All right. Neitha 20. I guess they want a hybrid. I guess that was in reference to what you and I were discussing earlier, Makabi. Women that have the DNA of all them different men affecting their wombs and their ovums. Yeah, hybrid babies. She said, sadly, most people think feminine women are airheads when that's not the case. It just means we're seeking to be for the mind of that man more than our own interests. Yeah. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Y'all take note, ladies. Take note. Yeah, okay, so brother, Yashayahu Ben Yasharel, if I pronounce it right, she said, quote, whatever you like. Best line of the movie. Absolutely.
Right.
That was the best line of the movie. Whatever you like.
Damn right. Whatever you like.
Best line of the movie. Whatever you like. Oh, okay. Now we talk. You know what I mean? Yeah, we appreciate your comment. That was the best line of the movie. Definitely, definitely.
Right.
Eugene Ritchie says meant equality. Okay, that's probably something else. Neat the 20, laugh my ass off. Let's see. Neat the 20 again. Thank you both so much. I'm so honored. Truthfully, I learned so much from both of you. You have both really helped me to learn more about being feminine and submissive. Smiley face. Yes, you're welcome. And thank you too,
Right.
Danica. We appreciate that. Sir.
Yeah.
Kevin
God
Bernard.
bless you, sis.
I
Okay.
want to say something about something you said earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said if you tell a woman that you want her for her mind, you'll actually offend her.
Yeah, you'll ruin her self-esteem.
These women, when they see you with another woman and they get in their feelings, they always say, I look better than her. She don't look better. They don't
That's
ever
the
say
first thing that they say.
They don't ever say
Right.
I'm smarter than her.
Right.
I'm smarter than
Right.
her. She ain't
Smarter than her. Yeah.
They always say, I look better than her. She don't look as good as
right.
me. They know
Right.
that they are supposed to look good.
Right.
Right.
And
exactly.
they want us to want them for that.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
It is this feminism that has indoctrinated them and taught them that they're not supposed to want that, but they can't help it. Deep in their bones, they know that they're supposed to be sexually attractive, and they want us to be sexually attracted to them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Having what's the word I'm looking for? Having genre groups with women in them. I'm privy. My inbox is privy to women seeking my counsel. And they ask me questions. Makabi, what about this? What about that? And brother, some of the things that women tell me that they wish we as men would do, you wouldn't believe it.
Not surprised.
Things that women tell me that they are attracted to, that they want their man to do to them, that they wish their man would do to them, how they wish their man would be toward them. And I'm looking in my inbox, reading this like, wow.
Yeah.
You
know why? Because at the end of the day, they all want to be dominated. You know what I'm saying? It's just very few is willing to come out and actually say that. You know, they all want to be dominated by a masculine man.
Yes, it's in their nature to want to do so and to want to be dominated by masculine men. Now, programming and feminism and gender, what we call political correctness, will have them say, no, that's not the truth. See, for the woman that thinks like that, you're responding from your programming. You're not responding from your nature. You're responding from the conditioning that society has placed on you. You're not responding from your nature, because you'll tell that same man, I don't want that, but then you're trying to creep with him. Look, I'm not even gonna go there. All I'm saying is, look, you can say one thing, but we know what your nature is. You know, you can say all this to the public, but we know what it is, reality. You know what I'm saying? One-on-one with reality. So miss me with that nonsense. You might fool the simps, and that's why they don't respect the simps, because when they talk their nonsense, that women talk their nonsense that they themselves don't believe, and the simps go, yeah, that's right. Respect her, honor her for her mind, stop lusting after her body. And she's like, yeah, I said that, but you repeating that, you dummy. And then you wonder why you in a friend zone. That's the male women's rights activist, so to speak. You know?
Right.
Yeah, when they say they don't want that, they don't want that from you.
Right, from you. Exactly. You know something? That's so real. Exactly. That's so real. A man can ask a woman, look, we adults, so I'm going to say it straight here. A man can ask a woman something like, so, you give oral, or you do this, or and she'll say no because you're asking her. And in her mind, right? You're asking her mind, she's thinking you.
She
Right.
don't want
So
you to get no idea.
she'll say no because she's thinking you, but that won't be the case with a man that's an alpha. That's just okay. For example, domestic discipline. Everybody knows that that's my thing. I'm into domestic discipline. I agree with and believe in spanking your woman. Now I didn't say abuse. I
Right.
mean when two willingly agreeing parties, man and
Right.
woman, agree to domestic discipline. It's a beautiful thing. When I practice it with women, I've gotten results. You know, spanking for discipline when they get out of line. Now, the woman, Makabi, I told you about a woman that I had spanked one time. Me and you, we had a discussion about this, and she's very much for and pro domestic discipline. She and I had a discussion once, and she said if a woman tells a man no, or if a woman says no to domestic discipline, it's particularly to a specific guy, she doesn't have respect for that guy. Like for example, one man can bring up domestic discipline and say, "What are your thoughts on domestic discipline? Man spanking a woman, me spanking you," and she'll go, "Oh yeah." But then another man will probably ask her, she'll be like, "Oh hell no," and that's because she doesn't respect that man. She sees that man as her equal. In other words, she sees that man as a female friend with a penis. In other words, she sees that man as a bitch. So it's like, what are you putting your hands on
Exactly.
for?
A beta provider at best.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
And once they put you in that box, they don't want you to come out of it.
Right.
Yeah. It's impossible to come out of it.
Yeah. You might as well just move on, bro.
Once they put you in that category, they don't want you to come out of it. Stay in that. That this is your role in my life.
Right.
You're the one I come to for advice. You're the one I come to. You're the shoulder that I lean on. You're such a good friend. That's the role that they want you to stay in. Don't come out of your role.
Right.
I got the guy who fulfills those needs for me over there.
Right. Exactly. You're supposed to be the gay friend that they run to when they start having problems with their man.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And it also strokes their ego, knowing, okay, I really want this my man or this man that's giving me problems. I know this beta male here wants me and do anything for me, so I'll let him. I'll use his shoulder to cry on and complain and whine about, and also to boost my ego up when I need an ego booster. But she has no intentions on stay out of women friend zones, man. And say, I mean, you can have a friend zone. I have a friend zone. I friend zone women, but stay out of women's friend zone. What I mean by that is if you want a woman and you have a sexual or romantic attraction to her and she only agrees to friendship, don't settle for that. Okay.
Right.
Nita says it warms our hearts to be of service. Yeah, that's a natural woman. Of course, if you're a natural woman, it's going to warm your heart to be of service. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. See, Kevin Bernard says Katrina revealed a lot about black men's preparedness for calamity. Yeah, absolutely. Damn sure did.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ray Johnson, the Western foolishness, sex is sacred. That's Western foolishness. Actually, you know something? In its natural right state, it is sacred. If we look at the word sacred, you know what I'm saying? Sacred means that which is secret and guarded. You know what I'm saying? But in this society where everything is just perversion, we talk about sexual perversion, anti-gender, and getting away from the laws of nature, order, and righteousness, that is absolutely foolishness, and there's nothing sacred about that. So let me see. Kevin Bernard, lovely representation of submission to her Lord. Absolutely. Talking about coming to America. Hanif G7, knowledge of man indeed. Let's see. Gino Richardson, didn't realize you were streaming from YouTube too. Yeah, I had set it up to where we could stream from both. You know what I'm saying? Like I had problems with that the first time, but yeah, we streaming from both. Let's see. Kevin Bernard, true, Brother Makabi. Women don't want to compete in the feminine space. They rather compete with external matters that can be dressed up. And Andrew Hunter Moore says, a woman says no because she doesn't dig you. Right. She would say yes to Chris Brown or Drake, though. Oh, hell yeah. Always says early to see if a woman digs you. Right. And I will add on to that is she's not into you, don't waste time. You know what I'm saying?
Don't waste time.
Don't waste time.
Don't waste time.
You know, stay on your purpose. That's the most important thing. So yeah,
circumstances might change her mind. You won't.
Right.
You're not going to change her mind.
Exactly.
Circumstances, if she's in a situation where she needs to monkey branch, If she's in a situation where she has an encounter with the wall, she will change her mind. You know, they say that themselves. It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. She'll change her mind, but it won't be because of nothing you did.
Right.
Don't waste your time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Don't even do yourself like that. Don't even play yourself like that. You know.
Don't. I agree. So yeah, man, that's a beautiful picture. Again, I commend the brother for having his wife put that up, and honors to him, and also I'm sure she had to have courage to put that up, knowing that here in the Western so-called civilization or Western uncivilization, effeminate males and masculine women are going to mock, they're going to attack even those who claim the same faith. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come mock and attack even those that claim the Bible, even though the Bible says clearly, it lays out the gender roles clearer than probably anything else. For you followers of the messenger, I suggest you actually go back and revisit what the messenger taught. Look at what he taught. Go back to that quote on page 127, A Message to the Black Man, where he said the serpent, the devil, dragon, Satan seems to have been seeking the weaker part of man. Then he puts in parentheses, the woman, to bring to naught the divine man. You probably won't be able to see it all here, but yeah, I don't know. And plus it's backwards anyway. But anyway, I said all that to say, look, if you're not going to accept the basic principles of what these teachers and these sources taught, which is the role of man and woman, stop claiming them. Take your ass back to the church, or just go back to Hotep or whatever. Yeah, the Hoteps will accept you. Go back to Hotepism and pro-blackism. Go back to that. Go back to the the black power. Go back to them. Then you can worship the women all you want, and you can pedestalize them and everything. But stop misrepresenting your sacred texts, your holy books, and your messengers. Stop doing it.
My brother, that whole we're against racism, that is smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
They are against patriarchy.
Right. They're against masculine leadership.
They are against patriarchy.
That's matriarchy. That's right.
Right.
They want you to think they're against. They want you to think they're against the white. They want you to think they're against white supremacy. They're not against white supremacy. They're against white male supremacy.
Right.
Right.
They're against white male supremacy. Right. They aren't against white supremacy. White supremacy could be a woman, and they'll welcome it with open arms.
Right.
Right.
They're against patriarchy.
Right.
Let me say this. According, I hadn't officially spoken on the pick yet. As far for the pick, I said, listen, that's a beautiful sight to see, man. Like, we need to see more women honoring, and showing respect to their husband, man. This is scripture in the New Testament. Was that First Peter chapter 3, when it says, even Sarah obeyed her husband, calling him Lord. You know what I'm saying? Even Sarah, from the Old Testament, she understands that Abraham was her Lord, was her husband, and even show respect to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem that a lot of these sisters, so-called, being Hebrew Israelites, don't understand, is that if you're gonna walk this walk, you got to go all the way or not at all. You know what I'm saying? You can't have one foot being a Hebrew Israelite and calling yourself following the Bible, and another foot in modern day Christianity, or this setup, this world. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the big confusion from. And I'm pretty sure people, a lot of these sisters calling her pick-me's and stuff like that. But one thing they need to understand is pick-me's get picked.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Pick-me's get picked. With all the nonsense, with all the stuff that's to come, starvation, massive homelessness, you know what I'm saying? Inflation and stuff like that. Now would be a time for a woman to be a real pick-me as far as getting herself in order and submitting unto a man, because when all hell breaks loose, a lot of these sisters is going to get left hanging, and feminism not going to swoop in and save the day. They're going to be left out here, as Hondo Solomon always say, leave them to the ravens.
Right. Left to the ravens, exactly. To and for the ravens.
A woman should be a pick-me for her husband.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
How you gonna shame her? How you gonna shame her? Call her a pick-me, and she's married.
Right.
Right,
But
exactly.
don't you?
That didn't make
And
any sense.
here's the hypocrisy in that, right? These same women, right, will these rebellious masculine, or I'll just say defective women. A lot of them are speaking from pain. A lot of them are just defective. They just degenerate females. These same women, females or adult females rather, will mock a submissive woman or a feminine woman and accuse her of being a pick me, saying you're trying to be picked, right? But then Cardi B in that song WAP, she said, I don't cook, I don't clean something, but I got this ring. Y'all proud that she got mad. Look, she ain't cooking clean, but she got a ring. She ain't cooking clean, but she got a ring. In other words, she got picked. You're proud that she got picked, which shows that deep down you agree that women should be picked,
Right.
and you think that being picked is an honorable thing.
The
But you're being
ultimate pick me.
Right,
hypocritical
exactly.
about it. You're
The
selective with
ultimate
your
pick me.
pick-meism, which is why we don't take you seriously. You're selective with your pick-meism, and that's why
Right.
you're single.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with being a
they want to
pick-me.
be picked on their terms.
Right,
Yeah,
They want to be picked
right,
on their terms, not on
yeah,
ours.
right.
yeah.
And it don't work that way with
Bam.
masculine men. Settle for your scent. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, there's so much stuff that I could say, but like I said, my integrity. I give examples, but my integrity will not allow me to just. I don't even want to even. I won't even. You know how some people give stories, but not name names. I wouldn't even do that because then persons will start feeling a certain kind of. Oh, each other people know my story. He's talking about me, but I could go on for days with real life examples behind all the stuff that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all I'm saying, stop falling for that bullshit. I'm saying to the brothers, man, stand up and be men. Stop being scared to be men. Stop seeking a woman's permission to be a man. Stop. Because if you're seeking a
Right.
woman's permission to be a
Absolutely.
man, you're automatically not being a man. Brother Wildwolf said to me yesterday in a conversation, he said, if you have to feed a lion, it's no longer a lion.
Mm.
Profound.
Wow.
If you have to feed a lion, it's no longer a lion.
Nope.
I think we should let
Wow.
that sink in.
Yes,
What
sir.
does that mean? You know what I mean? You don't need permission from your woman to be a man.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
Man. Anyway,
Yep.
yeah. I'm sure there's probably a lot more that I probably wanted to add on. You know, but time's sake, I got things to do. I know y'all got things to do, and everybody who's watching got things to do. I wanted to keep this under 2 hours. We had 2 hours and 12 minutes, which is not that much over. You know what I'm saying? I think, of course, Brother Makabi for participating and contributing. His contribution, as well as Shamwala, the brother Shamwala. I appreciate you for coming on and adding your contribution as well. We have to have more discussions like this. I wanted Hondo to get on, and I told Hondo said he would probably be doing next week, but this topic was burning me so much, and I agree. That's okay. We can do it next week, but this topic was burning me so much, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get this. I gotta touch this now. You know what I'm saying? And we can touch it again next week. But we
Yes,
have to
sir.
start touching this, man. And for
Freeze
some of y'all
invite.
brothers, I understand some brothers might feel they hear it, they agree with it, but they can't really feel it. Just drink some ashwagandha, put some ashwagandha in your smoothies, or get some what's that herb? Fenugreek. Fenugreek is the exact opposite of soy. Fenugreek, it kind of looks similar to soybeans, but it does the exact opposite. It actually boosts testosterone in men. Fenugreek, even for women, there's a how can I say this? There's a former client that I had she made a cream with fenugreek, and she actually rubbed it on her breast, and her bust size went up. I guess after a year or so of utilizing it regularly, I thought it wasn't even real. I thought it was probably implants or something. Like, what? Is that you? No. You know what I'm saying? But fenugreek, in other words, it's a adaptogen. It's a hormone regulator. So for those that have like imbalanced hormones or hormonal imbalances, fenugreek. I mean, for men that are on the feminine side, for women that want to balance and get back to their femininity and get rid of some of this masculinity, fenugreek definitely helps. You know what I'm saying? You can make a tea out of it. You can make a whatever different ways. Look it up. I'm not even gonna get into all that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like hawthorn berries. You said if your blood pressure's high, it bring them down.
Right.
And if your blood pressure's low, bring it up.
Low. Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what adaptogens are. In other words, it uses the body's own wisdom to do its own work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it brings that balance. So yeah, all right. That's basically it. Fellas, stop being scared, man. Look, once you stop being scared of being men, you're gonna find your woman respecting you. And guess what? If you
Right.
standing on your manhood causes your woman to lose respect for you or leave you, let her go. That's not the woman for you.
Yeah, that's not the one for you. Period.
It's really not that complex. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Wait, we got some more comments. Let me address these before we close out. Hanif Rashid, Hanif 7G said, part two. Okay, indeed. Let's see. Oh, we got several comments. Andrew Hunter Moore says, a woman says no. Oh, yeah, we read that already. Neitha McGeechee, Neitha said, women have to understand you don't know of God until you know of a man, mind-based man, not a mere mortal, physical man, but even a physical man is still superior to us, but a mind-based man is best. Absolutely. Take note of that. Screenshot that. Screenshot the screen. Pause it. Take note of that, ladies. You know what I'm saying? She just shared a profound truth, a very profound truth. Let's see. Let me go. This thing is screen is freezing up a little bit. Let's see. Kevin Bernard, great discussion, brothers. We appreciate you joining on. Joining on to watch. We'll probably have you in participate one day. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? We'll
sir.
talk.
Yes,
Oh, and
sir.
also, Kevin, I didn't forget about the tincture. We're gonna talk about that this evening, if not this evening, tomorrow. Let's see. I need for She Ray part two. Yeah, we're going. I don't even know if we're going to number these. We're just going to continually do it and do it, do it. Hopefully, inspire more brothers to do it till we drive this point home. You know, Gino Richardson said, Mr. Solomon's book slapped me in the face on my manhood. I no longer ask for virgins now. Focus on improving my standard as a man before reapproaching that topic. Wise. Definitely a wise thing, Gino. Let me see. Hanif Rashid part two. He says it again. All right. Gotcha. Oh, that's the Facebook comment. The first one's YouTube comment. This is the Facebook comment. Kevin Bernard, mention that drops you have as well. Oh yeah, the tincture drops. That's with saw palmetto and was it Foti root? Saw palmetto, Foti root, and black seed. That's an excellent testosterone booster. Men that have taken it, including Kevin Bernard, have came back to me and borne witness how they felt their strength and their stamina and their energy increasing. And even if you have, for brothers that suffer from things like erectile dysfunction, ashwagandha, saw palmetto, all that, hawthorn berries, because a lot of times erectile dysfunction could be a circulatory issue, too low or too high blood pressure. But yeah, let's see. One more comments. Those again. All right, so yeah, that appears to be it. I'm going to close out this podcast, this edition of my podcast. I don't even think I named it, but it's all good. We're going to do more of these. Again, thanks to the two brothers for participating. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, everybody, peace.
Peace.